If you have already built the active mine for the 2020 SeaPerch Challenge, or if you're using the beacon from last year and you have not attached the cable ties to the tube, then instead of following the build guide with the cable ties that have loops on them, just simply place 3 cable ties close together, starting about 1/4 of an inch up from the flange of the bushing. Space the locking devices of the cable ties around the tube as closely as you can, 3 equal spaces. What this does, and then also I meant to mention, when you cut the excess off of the cable tie, leave about 1/8 of an inch sticking out of the locking device. What this does, this will help restrain the arming device or the PVC cross. The cable ties, when you leave a little bit sticking out, you may have to play with this a little bit to get your adjustment right. It will restrain the cross so it's centered on the device, and it won't easily fall off or be pushed off to the side. So it keeps it centered, and it still allows it to turn freely. Now, if you have not built the active mine yet, then instead of using the 1 inch to 3/4 inch bushings as I specified in the build guide, they have flats on them. Instead of using those, find the bushing that does not have the flats. It's just a rounded flanged bushing. I specified the ones with the flats because I generally use those because they make it a lot easier if you're trying to tighten the fitting down. Of course, in this application, that's not necessary, but it does allow you to get a wrench on it. But the flange that doesn't have the flat, it's just a rounded flange, it just happens to be a very good diameter to fit inside of the PVC cross. So it centers it. There's not a lot of play in that. Still allows it to turn freely. So if you use those bushings, you will not have to place the cable ties on the tube. So that could save you a little bit of time. Either way works. If you've already built the bushing, then of course, hopefully you figured out the spacing and how to install the cable ties as I specified. I built some like that and they work. This is just a lot easier method. So thanks a lot.